So Darren, given all the stresses put on the equilibrium and the balance, the body, how does it affect the body as a whole? When things are just not happening correctly?
Yeah, good question. When the spine, when the body is now all out of balance because it's compensating for the weight of the head. So people will often see that in x-rays that there's a curvature in the spine that shouldn't be there, because the spine's now compensating to balance the weight of the head. But whenever the body compensates like this, actually let's show you a spine here if that fits into the film. Whenever the body compensates like this to balance the weight of the head up here, what it is now doing is putting a stress on the nervous system. The whole nervous system, starting from the brain up in the skull here, running down as the spinal cord all the way down the spine here, if this whole system is compensating, it is now going to put some pressure on any part of the nervous system. Now I think we all know what the nervous system does. The nervous system controls and regulates, orchestrates every part of your body.
There's very little that it doesn't do, is it?
Try and think of a part of the body that the nervous system does not impact upon and control and regulate. I don't think you'll think of any.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it does, because your nervous system is the conductor of your orchestra. It controls and regulates everything that's going on within your body, including your mind and your thinking and your emotions. So when we look at the body, we look at the body as a full working unit. We don't just isolate one area and say, well, let's try and fix that area. I believe we've always got to look at the body as a whole being, the human being, and look at the human being as a whole working unit and try and bring about balance back to that system. And what we have found is by rebalancing the head, by adjusting the atlas bone here on top of the spine, gives the rest of the body optimum chance to come back into alignment underneath the weight of the head. This in turn takes the pressure off the nervous system. This means that your nervous system can now control and regulate your body the way it was intended to. But what it also does structurally here, if the body is all compensating, now I'm not sure if we can get a picture of these two pictures, or this picture here, up here. So when the head on the spine is in balance, the rest of the body can balance out underneath it. And this comes down to posture as well, and why it is important to have good posture. But you can see here, if the atlas is out of balance, if it's displaced through any of those knocks and it's out of balance, the body compensates.
That's the one on the left-hand side, right?
That is correct.
Yep.
Very much so. So the whole structure of your body is out of balance. What this also means is that your weight distribution changes. That is, you're actually going to be heavier on one side of your body than the other side of your body. So there's going to be more weight in your knee, in your ankle, in your hip, down one side of the back. It's going to be carrying more weight, and a lot of clients can actually feel, and they'll actually complain about how they feel out of balance and feel heavier on one side. So if the pressure on the joints of the body are out of balance, and some joints of the body, a hip or a knee, is carrying more weight than the other side, wouldn't you think that those joints will wear out faster than the other side? So arthritis would have to be one of the most common complaints with the aches and pains that we have in our bodies. Arthritis. Arthritis is wear and tear of the joints.
Which is so prevalent in modern society, isn't it?
Very much so.
Yeah. And it's not necessarily, so it seems, to do with older people. I mean, I've heard of people getting there, from a younger age and what have you.
Very good point. And it all starts very commonly in our younger years. But like anything, it takes time over the years as we grow and develop and mature, and the stresses on our body start to wear it out over time. And that's why we generally see the result of the imbalance later on in life, although it may have been there earlier on in life and just gone unnoticed, or we learnt how to live with that ache or pain and we adapted ourselves to it. Okay, so what we're talking about, David, is what we're really talking about is about balance. Balancing the head on top of the spine. A very common saying that we use is your head on straight within the clinic. And that's exactly what we're going to first check with. Everyone that comes in, we're going to check to see if people's heads are on straight. Because if you're out of balance, you wear out. Simple as that.
It is, yeah.
You're out of balance, you wear out. Now, a simple analogy of that is your car tyres, your car wheels. Yeah. You've got a new car and it's running perfectly and you've got a big smile on your face, but you run into a gutter. What do you do to the wheel alignment?
Yeah, it knocks it out of whack. Yeah.
It knocks it out of balance.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen to the rubber on that tyre if it's out of balance?
It's going to wear unevenly.
It's going to wear unevenly, yeah, and a lot quicker. It also affects the performance of the whole car, because the whole car pulls to one side and it rattles now and vibrates when you hit 150 kilometres an hour, and it shouldn't. So it upsets the performance of the whole car, and this is what we're finding is happening with this, what we call an atlas subluxation, where the atlas is being knocked out of balance through any of those knocks and bumps, is it puts the whole body out of balance and affects the performance of the body. And that may result in the aches and pains, and in the low back pain, in the neck pain, in the mid back pain, the shoulder pain. It may, as you mentioned before, every part of your body is connected to the nervous system.
It's a real precision instrument, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is, and we'll show you the instrument in a second here. The digestive system may be affected. That's controlled by the nervous system. Kidneys are, your liver is, your hormone secretions are. Everything's affected by your nervous system. So as a chiropractor, our goal is to return balance to the body, remove any interferences to the nervous system, so your nervous system can control and regulate everything the way it was intended to. This is what health is. This is where health comes from. How do we treat you? I know you're dying to ask that question. What do we do here to adjust that atlas? Well, because of the importance of the atlas bone and its alignment to the head and to the spine, we take x-rays. We take three-dimensional x-rays of people, of our clients that come into the clinic. We first do a thorough exam, so we can check to see if there is an atlas subluxation there. If there is, we need to know, well, where is the atlas in relationship to the head and the neck? Because I don't know how to adjust you unless I find this out. So we take some pretty special x-rays here. We take a series of three-dimensional x-rays that allows us to look at the position of the atlas bone up here. Here it is right here. The position of the atlas bone in relationship to the head and the neck. We also get to see the condition of the neck and what arthritis or what wear and tear is taking place, what degeneration is taking place in the neck as well. So now we can start measuring. We've got some pretty precise x-ray equipment here that allows us to take these x-rays with the best care that we can to try and take these x-rays accurately so we can get some measurements of them. We measure the atlas, if I can come back down to the x-ray, I'm sorry. We measure the atlas from the side view here. We measure the angle. We then measure the atlas. This is the atlas bone right here. Sorry, the little bone that the head sits on. We measure it from the side. We look down on top of the atlas bone here. We check for rotation to see if it is and how much it is rotated in relationship to the head.
Yeah.
And then we take a picture straight onto the atlas bone, looking straight at it. Straight at it. Here it is here. That allows us to now measure where the atlas is in relationship to the head and the neck below it. And there's a whole bunch of other things we measure and get information from these x-rays that allows us to now determine how to adjust you with as much precision as we can.